How to live below your means. Before we talk about living below your means, it's essential to identify whether you are living above your means. There are many signs that you are living above your means. The most obvious is if you're spending more than you earn, something has to give. If you constantly have credit card debt and can't seem to get ahead, your lifestyle is likely too expensive for the amount of money coming in each month. You may also be living above your means if you don't save money or regularly invest when there's a clear opportunity for growth, like an IRA. Finally, if you constantly borrow money from friends and family or find yourself yearning for that next paycheck, this is a clear sign that you are living above your means. For those who can afford a bit more, getting used to a particular lifestyle is easy. Whether it comes from working hard and earning more than necessary, the truth is that none of those things will help anyone achieve financial freedom unless they make a conscious effort to do so by living below their means. Living below your means is about getting along with the basics. It doesn't mean that you have to be a hermit and live in a cave, but it does mean that you have to get creative when it comes to saving money. You won't be able to afford all the luxuries in life if you want financial independence. So use these tips for living below your means and reaching financial freedom sooner than later. That's precisely the point too. The more you sacrifice, the faster you'll get your reward later. It's like gardening. You spend weeks and weeks watering and working with little benefit. Then suddenly, you have more food growing than you know what to do with. Living below your means is your garden because it allows room for later harvest, aka savings. If there isn't room left each month, how are you supposed to save money? As Thomas J. Stanley's book, The Millionaire Next Door, explains, the surprising secrets of America's wealthy points out many people who have accumulated wealth don't live a flashy lifestyle. The media we consume constantly sells the idea that the wealthiest live lavishly every day. The truth is that they live below their means and are frugal because they understand that it takes time to build wealth and appreciate the value of money. When you begin to practice frugality, you can shift your mindset from deprivation to abundance. Instead of thinking about what you don't have, you'll start thinking more about what you do have and how that can allow you more freedom in life and perhaps even leave room for a bit of spontaneity. How to start living below your means. You've got to start with the basics, and that means laying all of your finances out where you can see them. Then, calculate what comes in and out each month. Creating a budget can initially feel daunting, but it doesn't have to be. To get started, make a list of all your monthly expenses and set aside an hour or two each week to go through your expenses with the help of your family. You'll then be able to see where you're overspending and make adjustments accordingly. Without knowing where your money goes, you will never get ahead. According to the biographical book Titan about the life of John D. Rockefeller, the multimillionaire kept an accounting book with him and would write down every single transaction he made. Here are some other tips on how to start living below your means. Number 1, cut out unnecessary expenses like subscriptions you barely use or clothes that don't fit anymore and take up too much space in your closet. Number 2, save money by using coupons and making lists when grocery shopping, and ensure not to buy any extra items just because they were on sale. Number 3, find ways to save money on utilities, like switching from cable TV so more can stay in your savings each month, rather than being put towards bills every month. Here are some of the best ways to live below your means in different life stages. For college students, find a job that pays the bills. There are many work programs for students that help them with their tuition. Instead of spending hundreds on books, use digital libraries or local ones and save on textbooks. And finally, get roommates. Roommates can help you save money by sharing rent with others in your apartment complex or dorm room. For young professionals, buy used cars instead of new ones. They'll last longer and cost less to maintain. And finally, this may sound like the worst thing, but if you can live at home rent-free, do it. Not having to give away thousands every month will put you so much further ahead of the game than all of your friends. You may hate it in your early 20s, but a few years down the road, when you have tens of thousands of dollars set aside, you'll be glad you did it. For married couples, create a shared bank account for bills and other expenses in which you both put money. This will help you prepare for things that might come up. Keep each other accountable. It's easy to daydream or want to keep up with the Joneses for that new gadget or latest and greatest item, but make decisions together. Buy things secondhand. Plenty of thrift stores and secondhand shops have cribs, toys, and tools you may need as you start your married life. Don't pay the full price for something that isn't necessary. In conclusion, remember, living below your means is about getting along with the basics, so you still have room left over for savings. If you can do this, you will reach financial independence much more quickly than if you live above your means. Believe it or not, when you start saving, you can feel the momentum building. As your bank account grows, you'll get a rush of positive emotions. As we've talked about in this video, there are a few ways that you can keep your costs down by learning how to budget, avoiding high interest debt, and driving older cars. Remember that it doesn't have to be complicated. Keeping your spending low is key to financial independence.